Welcome. This is a great Wednesday to the Plan to Prosper podcast show. I am so excited to be with you today, this Wednesday afternoon. And as I reflect that yesterday was voting across so many states, we exercise our right to vote. With so much going on to keep people from voting, it was a wonderful feeling to know that my right was saved when I went into the poll. As a Black woman, we are so aware of what is happening around us as it relates to keeping our voice silent. And as we are now in March, which is Women's Month, but this is Sisterhood Month, Black Women's Month, coming off the heels of Black History Month. And we must take every day moving forward as an opportunity to grow and to thrive and be present in what is happening in the world. So let's reflect back from last week when we talked about the 300,000 Black women that was displaced in their jobs and their careers as of 2025. What so many people fail to realize, as a Black woman, we had a safety net that caught us, all 300,000. That net was on the backs of Black women that have sacrificed over their years to have us as their children, to love us, to take care of us, to instill in us that through it all, we will survive and come out ahead. We stand tall as Black women on the shoulders of some of the most greatest women. And as our sister Mara would say, and still we rise. All 300,000 of us. And so for tonight, we're going to talk about the pathway forward for Black women. There's always a pathway for us. We're going to talk about leadership, the economy, personal empowerment, how we wrap our arms around each other, and how so many try to use this phrase that we are crabs in the bucket, but we are not. We are loving people, giving people, resilience people. Black women are the backbone of the United States and America and across the world. And we demonstrate that every day in leadership. We demonstrate that every day in all the social challenges that has been placed before us. And we reflect on what happened down in Texas with our sister, Crockett. You still cannot hold her down. She's still the voice of Black women. We still support her. And we believe that she won. And she did. And we know that. But that will not change us from moving forward. You have empowered us to even dig deeper to continue stretching our arms out to our sisters, to let them know we got you. You cannot hold down what God has made. You may put rocks and petals in the way, but a storm never stays forever. It does pass. And so for all other 300,000 of women, we have a safety net 3 times that size, holding you up, providing a pathway forward for each of us, where we will enter into career challenges, but we will pivot to a new direction. We will develop our entrepreneurship talents, our leadership development, and our personal growth. And we'll take all of that and create opportunities for ourselves and our sisters, and we will move forward. And so tonight we're going to talk about different pillars that, as Black women, that we will use, pass down to our other Black sisters, because this is only a season, and there's a time and there's a season for everything. The book of Ecclesiastes talks about that. And as Black women, we lean on the Bible, on the scripture, to know trouble doesn't last always. And this season is moving past us. So let's talk about personal leadership mindset of a Black woman. Leadership begins in our mindset. See, what's in your mind, no one can enter your brain and take that from you. We create opportunities and spaces for our own wealth and our own gifts. When we find that and we understand that finances, loans, money, access to funding has always been denied to us, or we have to step another hurdle or step another step or give another paperwork. It's always give, because we can find something that you don't have so we can have a reason to say no. We understand that. We know the game already been played. It is sad that someone will fear you as a Black woman. Your intelligence, your looks, your beauty, your grace, your work ethics, your leadership, by trying to control your finances. And so we're going to reframe this job loss as job opportunities. We're going to sharpen our skill set. We're going to develop our leadership ability. And we're going to open up new doors, new pathways for ourselves. And as we do that, others will also. Everyone is not against us. DEI, ideal, is alive. We use, as a Black woman, the ideal model. Let us be inclusive first. Let us then talk about diversity. Equality, it's It's very important. And equity. You must have both of those. You can't have without it. And we must talk about how to advocate, not just for ourselves, but for our sister next door, the one that's coming up. We must understand that to advocate for someone else is the greatest gift you could do. We must be able to mentor others, open up the door opportunities. We must be able to look beyond where we are and what someone seeks to do to us and continue building our communication platform, our project manager platform, our customer service, our problem solving, and our community engagement. Because we was taught those things from the strong women that was came before us. Reading about the past. Mary Thune, how she was able to move into circles and build. Shirley Chisholm, how she had us to understand the world, the political landscape. We even can look at Michelle Obama, our first lady, with grace. The sacrifice she made 8 years. The love that she showed during that time to the world. And now she's keep continuously pouring into us. Yes, Black women, we have so much. We go back in history. Think about Fannie Mae Had. When I get sick or tired of being sick or tired, then you do something. You change, but you don't want to continue living. When we educate ourselves on all the women that came before us and open up doors after doors after doors for us, and provided that safety net to catch us so we won't fall. We didn't fall. People wanted us. They desired to see us fall. But the net was already there. It's already there saying, we got you. We're going to teach you how to take all of that pain, all of that hurt, all of that injustice, and thrive more than ever. It taught us to develop 300,000 us. We develop a personal growth plan for ourselves. We went deep in ourselves and says, oh, thank you for this opportunity. We strengthened our leadership skill. We went to continue learning, searching the internet, enrolling in additional classes, meeting one another, talking about how we need to up our resume, our synopsis, our education, working together to come up with the plans of how we continue moving forward, and laughing and enjoying life. We start setting goals, not just for ourselves, but for our family and our community. Because we wanted to make sure we take care of them also. We started joining professional networks, all 300,000 of us, because we had that safety net. We weren't worrying about falling because all 900,000 women before us, we stood on their shoulders from the biblical time of Black women to the slavery time, to the modern time, to any era that you want to come up with. They was there. You only pushed us to understand more about our finance. And we came up with a financial plan to assure that we continue building our wealth. All 300,000 of us embrace each other, call one another. How can I help you? What product are you going to make? Have you taken that hobby and turned it into a arts and craft? Are you doing what? Pilates, yoga? I'll join your class. I'm going to help support you. AI? Oh wow. Can you work for my company to help me understand this? We started embracing each other. Started having meetings. 3 or 4 of us. How do we help one another? Start additional prayer groups. Start investing in each other. We started the most strongest mentorship relationship out there. All 300,000 of us. Social media provided a platform so that we can connect to one another. Thank you, social media. We started looking at our career and reinventing ourselves, developing a workforce development plan. We took all the skills that we was giving everyone else, how valuable they was to the economy. And the economy still needs those skills, and we went and created them. And they called on us. We developed high growth career fields. We looked into healthcare, mental health, doula programs, patient advocacy, community health workers. We look at our gifts and our talents, and we start developing opportunities. We start looking at digital marketing, IT support, cybersecurity. We was able to take time to take project management classes, logistic change, supply chain, transportation. Where we was working with someone else doing that. When you move that, the opportunities, the work didn't stop. You had to replace with something, and you had to replace with people with that skill set. We had an opportunity to go back and get certifications, further our education. We decided to become thinkers and doers in a way that has transformed the world. Where you may felt that DEI, it was not a part of our go to of everything. It was just a part. It wasn't the whole, it was just a part. So see, sometimes people think the was the whole. No, it was just a part. And we replaced that. Um, we started creating entrepreneurships and business ownership. Black women are among the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs in the United States. Entrepreneurship can provide both financial and independence and community impact. When you're in the community, growing in the community, the money stays in the community and the economy grows. Every town, every municipality, every state, every country benefits whenever you can deliver a product and a service that people need. And guess what? We made it affordable. Yes. We become experts and subject matter experts in areas that our companies call us back because they looked and say, we don't have the time, the energy to train someone. We need that person back that knows the task. So we created consulting groups, coaching, virtual assistants, event planning. We went on a financial literacy education movement. We knew health and wellness so important to the world and to the United States. We understand child care and elder care. We design professional training programs. We learn how to write our business plans, how to do market research, what is the best product and service out there, and how to reach them. And through all of that, we did that because 300,000 of us was not let go over a year time or 2 year times, but over a couple weeks. It did not cripple the economy. And you know why? Because we turned that around to opportunities for ourselves. It gave us the opportunity to look at how we're building our wealth, our income. It has given us this opportunity to look at our credit, how to multiply our income revenue streams, how to look at becoming a freelance consultant, digital service, online educator, or side businesses. We looked at how do we invest our own money than working for a corporation that has invested our money. We was able to diversify through having great conversations with one another. Looking through LinkedIn to see who do I know, who's doing what, and how we show up. And people are looking for that skill set because they understand they need their own corporation to run and manage. See, the world works like an ecosystem. Everybody have a role. Every animal have a role. Even the ant, the bee, they have very important roles. The bugs, the butterfly, the cow, the chicken, the hen, the plants. You cannot take things out of the ecosystem and decide what you want to put in there. Because that's not how the system works. See, God built the system to work a certain way. And only He has the power to move links around to make it work. And the great thing about a Black woman is she's a deep thinker and a doer. She's going to take time to think through something. Where others try to betray us with negative words, the Black woman is always thinking about the positive of making a difference, providing for her family, the positive of being her, the beauty inside herself. And so, as we think about 300,000 women, I just think that's such, something to think about. In a couple of weeks, someone tried to move that many women, Black women, that's off of the economic powerhouse of America. They only instilled in us and showed us the value that we bring. It only helped us realize that we have not tapped into all that's inside of us. We had an opportunity to define our leadership skills when so many you allowed to let go at one time. Remember, we always had that safety net. 3 times as many up under us, holding us up. We knew that as a Black woman. Each one of us knew that. And that gives us so much power that no one can take away. We tapped into our strategic thinking, our listening skills, our negotiation skills. We spend time with one another talking about how to help each other and what that needs to look like. We lean on one another and we cry together. And we won. Rose up. We understand what community collaboration and collective thoughts and growth is. We understood that by coming together in the same space, that we can even do more together. We understood that we are greater than what others think, and we're smarter than what others give us credit for. That's why you cannot keep a Black woman down. So you only label people when you are jealous of them. You only label people whenever you don't want to do the work that they have in order to accomplish what they have. There's no other reason to label someone. And so you spend your time trying to label 300,000 women at one time. And what you have done with the 900,000 holding us up is guiding us to double the number of Black women in the workforce from the 300 to 600 over a period of time. You have empowered us to have taken that we are taking more leadership roles, more innovative thinking, solution finders, problem solvers, to now we are able to hire additional staff and build our own network of opportunities. We are now working in shared workspaces together, learning how to cut costs and to take that money and invest it into our future. You have taught us that we are more of a economic engine to America and the world. And as a Black woman that speaks about who we are at the core, you've given us time to think about our health, our wellness, work-life balance. You've given us time to think about how we can maintain being healthier longer. Yeah. How to grow our own food, how to look for healthy food, how to exercise more, how to prioritize our mental health, how to develop healthy boundaries. Yes, you took us out of a workforce that was not always kind to us. But we develop a workforce that's greater than the workforce that you had us in. We developed this workforce of kindness, not being ugly to one another at work, not holding someone else down and taking credit for their jobs, not promoting them because now we are promoting ourselves in our own businesses, our own careers, and bringing along other people. All the things that was kept from us, all 300,000 of us, the net kept us up. So the vision for the future for Black women and the economy is simple. We hold a global workforce during Women's Month that is shifting in the direction of us. And we are ready, more than ready, to take the United States and the global world to the next level. And we are committed. We are committed to the work that we are doing and learning and developing. We are committed to bring others along with us, to train, to teach, to guide, to employ, We are committed to that. We are committed to the fact that we don't have to be judgmental of someone by the color of their race or by what come out the hair. We are committed to growing an economy of peace, a kindness, a self-control. Since a Black woman, our pathway forward is not defined by the past obstacles that was placed in our way, but what we have in front of us right now. Each of us Black women, all 300,000 of us, holds the power in our own hand to develop skills, launch new ideas, build businesses, lead communities, and inspire future leaders. When Black women thrive, it impacts everyone. See, the next chapter is not simply about recovery. It's about growth, leadership, and possibilities. So I want to leave this with you today. If you're one of those 300,000 Black women that someone tried to dismiss you, tried to have you be unemployed for a while, try to lessen who you are, always remember you have that safety net of 900,000 other Black women that's already went through, and you're not going to fall at the bottom. You're standing on the shoulders of them, and you have so many opportunities at your hand now to become who you decide you want to be. And sometimes I tell people, when you're going through a storm, you just don't understand. You just, it's just trying to understand sometimes when the storm's going to pass. But what I'm going to share with you, the storm does not last always. You are right on the cuff of the sunshine. Stop looking at the storm and start visualizing the sun, the warmth on your face, the joy. Start thinking about all the opportunities that God has for you. What people mean for evil, God meant it for good. 900,000 other Black women have that safety net holding you up. Walk into your opportunities, your greatness. Know that a storm is just a storm for a season. It's not always. Know that you're the most beautiful person in the world. Each one of you. Each 300,000 that you have the skill set that someone is looking for. Know that you're strong, you're brave, you're smart, you're committed, you're dedicated. Know that opportunities awaits for you. Believe in thyself and never let someone tell you who you are. Always know who you are for yourself and always continue building you, loving you, putting you first. Because when you do that, everyone else benefit. And just one day, you will be part of that 900,000 women lifting another woman up with her safety net. Thank you for joining us tonight at the Plan to Prosper podcast show. It is such an honor and a pleasure to have this month, Women's Month, Black Women's Month, Sisterhood Month, to be able to celebrate all that we are and to know that you are enough. Until next Wednesday, as we can continue exploring the gifts of these 300,000 Black women. Have a safe night, a joyful weekend. Thank you again for being part of the Plan to Prosper show. Have a good night, everyone. Hi, look, I have no